From the heart of Atlantis straight to AMSA, this is your weekly news flash, where we keep you informed on everything that's happening in and around Atlantis. This is the Atlantis Flash Live with Christina.
Hello Atlanteans, and welcome to the very first episode of the Atlantis Flash Live, brought to you by the Employee Marketing team and a couple of extremely capable colleagues from other departments who have volunteered their time to work with us. The Atlantis Flash Live is your weekly news report, keeping you informed of everything happening around our resort and at AMSA. In every broadcast, we will discuss all the latest developments surrounding COVID-19, as well as other important updates. It's just like the Atlantis Flash, but well, live. We will have different segments such as Ask Tim, as well as special guests from departments such as L&D and exclusive frontline reports from our reporters and our colleagues. As we all know, social distancing is incredibly important in the fight against the virus. Our efforts as an organization to implement social distancing and good personal hygiene are part of an international drive to clamp down on the virus, but their effectiveness relies on our personal ability to respect these new rules. Together, we can lower the risk of transmission and protect ourselves and our loved ones by remaining vigilant and helping one another to stay safe. Recently, the police visited AMSA to ensure that colleagues were not gathering in large groups. Some colleagues were found sitting in the park, others standing on the streets, and the police naturally asked them to go back to their homes. It is extremely important that we all cooperate and work together with our security team to abide by the measures put in place by the Dubai authorities. Some colleagues who recently quarantined have just completed their 14-day quarantine period of self-isolation. Now, let's head over to Romeo, who's interviewing Angel, who just came out of self-isolation. Romeo, are you there?
Hello everyone. I'm here today with Angel from F&B, who was in isolation for 2 weeks. How are you, Angel?
Thank you. I'm very well now. Thank you, Romeo.
So Angel, tell us, how's your experience and what kept you positive through this experience?
My experience for being self-isolated for 14 days, it's very challenging. It's like a battle of the brain.
Yeah.
It is a mixed emotions, shocked, scared, anxious, worried, everything that comes to my mind on that day that I have to be isolated.
Yeah.
Because initiatively I did for the best, not only for myself but also for my environment. Because I care about the community, because we know that this is already a pandemic crisis.
Okay. And tell us, and who are the people that made a positive impact during your isolation?
Number one, my parents and my family back
Of course.
home. They don't know yet that I was isolated. Only by the time that I was cleared and out after 14 days, I told them. But to be grateful, yes, they are fine. I have my colleagues, my leaders, Miss Helen Shaw, Sashini, Mr. Dale, my F&B admin colleagues who called me and checked if I am well, time to time. That they show their empathy and their compassion towards me, which I really, really appreciated that.
Yeah.
And I'm so blessed that I have those people around me.
Great to hear. Also, do you have a message for those who are in isolation or staying at home?
Yes, I have a message for the colleagues who are currently still in isolation room.
Yeah.
To my colleagues who are worried about being self-isolated, I want to express it and describe it in 3 words that I made it, because I know that I can pass all the obstacles and able to turn my adversity into advantages. To my beloved colleagues and leaders who are in the safe side of this situation, please continue to follow the regulations of the law, which is better for us to stay home, social distancing, go outside when needed only. It is advisable also to please get in touch with the colleagues and the managers who are still in isolation room. Check them how they are feeling, how their family back home, and this is the only way that we can show and support them, or ask them that maybe they need any essential needs. And most of all, keep our faith to the universe that which is currently happening to our earth right now will be very end soon, and heal everyone with this public number one enemy, which is the silent killer coronavirus. And I thank you.
Thank you very much, Angel, and thank you for spending your time here with us.
Thank you, Romy. Welcome.
Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Romy. I'm glad you're feeling well, Angel, and glad to have you back with us. We now would like to remind all of you of some essential do's and don'ts to keep you safe. We will be featuring these essential tips every week. First up, did you know how to wash your hands properly? Here's a little reminder.
First of all, wet your hands with water. Apply enough soap to cover all hand surfaces. Rub your hands palm to palm. Then, place your right palm over your left, then rub the backs of your fingers to the opposing palms with your fingers interlocked, as shown. Then, rub them palm to palm with your fingers interlaced. Next, do rotational rubbing of your left thumb clasped in your right palm, and then vice versa. Do rotational rubbing backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of your right hand in your left palm and vice versa. Finally, rinse your hands with water and dry them thoroughly. Your hands are now safe.
On a slightly more serious note, face masks are absolutely mandatory on our buses running to and from AMSA. Our security team are helping us to reinforce this, and we encourage all of you to speak up in case you see someone not wearing a mask. This measure is for the safety of all our colleagues. Those who do not comply will face disciplinary action. Now, our next tip, which has been recently implemented in AMSA, is to do with deliveries. You can order normal food, water, groceries to AMSA, but you must arrange to meet the delivery man downstairs. Security will not allow them into the building for our own safety, and you can just meet him downstairs. Makes sense, right? We are doing our best to limit the time colleagues must be outdoors, and this is why we also started implementing meal times per department in the hub, where we have also seen spacing of the tables. This prevents crowding during peak hours and promotes social distancing. We have introduced meal timings at stars, which are allocated by building, alongside the new takeaway option, which Rachel will be talking about more next.
With social distancing remaining an important issue, another meal option is now being offered for colleagues: takeaways. For breakfast, lunch or dinner, instead of going to Star's restaurant in AMSA, you can now swipe your ID card as normal at So Deli instead. Then, you'll pick from their menu options and take away a packed breakfast, lunch or dinner to eat in the comfort of your home. This offering is highly encouraged and is perfect for those working at home in AMSA now instead of the resort. And, did you know, managers and above working from home in AMSA now have the added benefit of being able to eat in the Stars or get a takeaway. In fact, all colleagues at all levels can now eat in the Stars, regardless of whether they're working or on annual leave. Thank you to the employee residences team and the catering team for providing these amazing options.
Earlier this week, we launched a support support helpline, encouraging all of you to get in touch via the phone, via email, via messages, and to voice any concerns or queries that you may have to our team. After launching this service, we then opened the HR Center in AMSA. We spoke to Ahmed from L&D yesterday to find out more.
The HR Center in AMSA is basically a support service. We are here for you. So if you want to ask us any questions about your leave, it could be about your transportation, it could be about the hotel operations, or even just about health and prevention, or any questions that you may have, we are here to be support for you. So come and join us from 9 o'clock. You can come and visit us from 9 o'clock in the morning to 6 p.m. Sunday to Thursday, and we're here for you.
A brilliant initiative. We highly encourage colleagues to make the most out of HR Center and the support helpline. The helpline details are now on your screen. And that was all about coronavirus. Now in other news, we are delighted to let you know that a new female baby dolphin has joined the Atlantis family. To celebrate this amazing news, we invited all colleagues to vote for their favorite name. Hundreds of colleagues voted, and we are going to reveal the name next week. Stay tuned. In the meantime, type in the comment section, who do you think was the winning name? Next up, colleagues from Ralston Blue in Dayra Creek, an ICD-owned property with the same shared ownership as Atlantis the Palm, will be coming to live with us in AMSA from Saturday, 4th of April onwards. These colleagues will occupy apartments in buildings S1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the employee residents and the L&D teams will be conducting a special orientation which will include all the recently communicated guidelines for all the AMSA residents, and will be carrying out the necessary health and safety precautions, including temperature checks, as we welcome them to our community. The Ralston Blue team will be welcome to use our facilities, but will still use their own buses to and from work. We look forward to welcoming these hotelier professionals to AMSA, and we ask that you show them a warm Atlantean hospitality. In mind, social distancing. Last week, we saw colleagues from Aquaventure, Lost Chambers, Dolphin Bay, Guest Activities, Spa, and a few others move to other departments to offer support and manpower. This move came after the UAE authorities asked us to close down all the recreational facilities, including our marine and water park offerings.
It's been amazing to see all our colleagues pulling together during this time and working in different departments. This week, we've seen colleagues take on new roles in special projects, and they've really taken it in their stride. They've been helping out in the water park with painting and improving the slides and the grounds. More painting and cleaning is also being done around the resort, including water quality and in our car parks. It really shows that no matter the situation, our colleagues know how to step up and come together as one team. All these colleagues are a true inspiration and have really demonstrated the true meaning of team spirit. Thank you to everyone who has been redistributed into other teams.
Inspiration to see. I'm sure you're all aware that we got paid bonus this week. This bonus is an appreciation of your efforts and highlights so many achievements that have contributed to our success. On behalf of the leadership team, we want to thank all of you for your dedication, flexibility, positive attitude, and hard work. We recognize that these are difficult times, but together we will be stronger and more prepared than ever before for the future. And did everyone receive their salaries yet? Not just our colleagues being appreciated. Our colleagues have also shown their appreciation for all the measures being taken, implemented to protect our health. Just take a look at some of these amazing messages that we have received over the past week. And that's all we have time for now. Now, let's move on to next week and what we have planned for you. There are plans underway for colleagues who are in AMSA to take part in some exciting challenges and opportunities for learning. We will also be keeping you entertained. And so, it is mandatory for everyone to download the iConnect app and also to request to be added on Voice of AMSA, our Facebook page. So that was our first ever week weekly update live. We hope this helps all of you to be more up to date with what's going on around you. As we continue to take one day at a time, one thing will never change: putting our colleagues at the forefront of everything we do. Even in this time of social distancing, we know this situation can bring us even closer. My name is Christina, and we will see you next week. Stay healthy and stay home.